Right now, somewhere in America, a 26-year-old making $90,000 a year is checking their bank account and their hands are shaking. Not because they lost their job, not because of some emergency, but because they genuinely don't know where their money went. Sound familiar? Ever checked your bank balance like it's a horror movie jump scare? You close one eye, you peek through your fingers, and you pray it's not as bad as you think? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You can earn six figures and still be one bad month away from disaster. Because income isn't wealth, income is just noise. What actually determines whether you retire rich or retire broke is cash flow. And most people never learn this. Not in school, not from their parents, not from social media, which is too busy showing you what to buy, never how to keep it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how money moves through your life, where it leaks, where it hides, and how to redirect it so that instead of working for money for the next 40 years, your money starts working for you. But first, let's talk about why almost everyone gets this wrong. Because the mistake isn't what you think it is. Here's the lie we've all been sold. Just make more money and your problems disappear. It's not true. Lifestyle creep is one of the most silent wealth killers in America. You get a raise and within weeks, your rent goes up, your car gets nicer, your dinners get fancier, your income climbed, but your bank account stayed exactly where it was, sometimes worse. This is why doctors making $300,000 a year can be drowning in debt, while a school teacher making $50,000 a year retires with a paid off house and $500,000 in savings. The difference was never the paycheck. It was the flow. Think of your finances like a bathtub. Income is the faucet pouring water in. Expenses are the drain letting water out. If your drain is wide open, subscriptions you forgot about, impulse buys, minimum payments on credit cards, it doesn't matter how hard that faucet runs, the tub never fills. And here's where it gets scary. Every dollar that leaks out today isn't just a dollar lost today. It's a dollar that will never get the chance to grow for you. Never invested, never compounding. Gone permanently from your future. That's the real cost of poor cash flow. It's not just what's missing from your account this month, it's the version of your life 10 years from now that never gets to exist. So how do the wealthy avoid this trap? They don't manage money by accident. They manage it on purpose. And it starts with one simple shift most people never make. Let me tell you about two people. We'll call them Jake and Maria, both 27, both making $62,000 a year. Same city, same rent, same lifestyle on paper. Jake gets paid and his money just happens to him. Rent comes out, a few subscriptions he forgot about come out, some Uber Eats, some impulse buys on payday, and whatever's left at the end of the month, if anything, sits in checking. He's not reckless. He's just not paying attention. And that's a trap. Most people don't go broke from one bad decision. They go broke from 100 small decisions they never noticed making. Maria does one thing differently. The moment her paycheck lands, 10% moves automatically into a separate account before she ever sees it. She never decides to save. The decision was made once, and now it just runs in the background. That's rule number one. Pay yourself first. Automate it. Make it invisible. Money you never see is money you'll never miss. Fast forward 18 months. Jake has $300 in savings and a credit card balance he's been meaning to pay off. Maria has an emergency fund covering 4 months of expenses. And here's why that gap matters more than it sounds. Nearly half of Americans right now couldn't cover a surprise $1,000 expense without going into debt. When Jake's car transmission dies, he doesn't have a decision to make. The credit card makes it for him. When Maria's car breaks down, she pays cash and moves on with her week. That credit card isn't a small mistake either. The average credit card interest rate in the US right now sits above 20%. Carry a $5,000 balance at that rate, making only minimum payments, and you could pay more in interest than the original debt itself before it's gone. That's not a bill. That's a wealth-destroying machine running quietly in the background of your life every single day, whether you're paying attention to it or not. Here's the part that changes everything. Though, Maria isn't just avoiding disaster, she's building something. That same 10% she automated, she's investing it. $100 a week, invested consistently at a historical stock market average of around 10% annually, grows to roughly $83,000 in just 10 years. She only put in about $52,000 of that herself. The rest, over $30,000, is money that grew while she was living her life. Jake and Maria started at the exact same income, same job title, same city. The only difference between them wasn't talent and it wasn't luck. It was a system. One decision, automated once, compounding quietly every single week after that. And that's the real lesson hiding inside all of this. Wealth isn't created in a single dramatic moment. It's created in the boring, invisible decisions nobody's around to see. But there's one force underneath all of it that makes this far more urgent than it feels: time. every single month you delay fixing your cash flow is a month your future self will never get back. Not because you're lazy, not because you're bad with money, but because the clock does not wait for you to feel ready. Jake can still become Maria, but the version of Jake who starts today will always be ahead of the version of Jake who waits until January or until the right moment or until he makes more money. There is no right moment. There's only the moment you're in right now. So here's your move. Not someday, not next month. Today, open your bank statement, find one leak and close it. Automate one transfer, even if it's small. That's it. That's how Maria started. Not with a big salary, not with some secret, with one decision, made once that her future self would spend years quietly thanking her for. 10 years from now, there will be two versions of you. One who is sitting comfortably because of a decision made on an ordinary day like today, and one who is still waiting for the right time that never came. The difference between those two people isn't happening in 10 years. It's happening right now. In whatever you decide to do the second this video ends, because here's what nobody tells you. The people who build real wealth aren't the ones who earn the most. They're the ones who understood exactly where every dollar was going and used that understanding on purpose every single week until it became who they are. Now, understanding your cash flow is what protects the money you already have. But there are silent mistakes, ones even disciplined savers fall into, that can undo years of good habits without you even realizing it. I've laid out exactly what those are and how to avoid every single one of them in my video, 7 Wealth Building Mistakes to Avoid. Click it right now on the end screen because the difference between Jake and Maria starts with knowing what to watch out for.